When we do 1-point perspective, we need a few things. The first thing that we start with is a vanishing point. In 1-point perspective, we have one vanishing point. We're going to put it in the middle of our paper. Perspective is a way of drawing that makes things look like they go back into the distance. This type of perspective is called a bird's eye view because we're going to be looking at the tops of things looking down. I'd like for you to start by drawing a square. Make yours look as much like mine as you can. Imagine that this is the top of the box and we're looking down at it. So we're going to see the sides of the box. You're going to draw from each corner to the vanishing point. So notice how my lines end up on that dot. They have to match up with it exactly, and they have to match up with the corners of my box exactly. I'm not going to draw from this corner because if I do, I would be crossing through other things that I've drawn. So I've got my box, I've got my receding lines, the lines that go to the vanishing point. And next I'm going to draw what we call cutoff lines. These lines cut my shape off so that it's not going into the distance forever. Notice how my cutoff lines match the lines of my shape. So since I'm using a box and this is a vertical line, my cutoff line is a vertical line. This line is horizontal, so my cutoff line is horizontal. Sometimes your brain will try to tell you that that the cutoff lines need to be angled, but they don't. They have to be parallel to the shape. Then I can erase these guidelines. I don't need them anymore. And now I have a box. Looking down at it from the top, it goes down into the distance. Let's draw another box. This time let's draw it directly below the vanishing point. Notice how I use my ruler for every line that I draw. This is very precision drawing, so you want it to look clean. I'm going to draw lines from my corners to the vanishing point. I'll start with these front two corners. Now this box is a little different because of its placement. If I drew a line from this corner to the vanishing point, I'd be drawing through something I already drew, and that's a no-no. Same thing here. So for this example, all I need are those two receding lines. I'm going to add a line that is parallel to this edge of the box for my cutoff line, and then I can erase what I don't need. You need to erase each time and clean up your drawing, otherwise it can get pretty confusing. You don't have to do squares. You can make a circle be drawn to 1-point perspective as well. We don't have corners, but we have outside edges. So I line my ruler up with the outermost edge and draw a receding line to the vanishing point. And I'll do the same thing over here. For a cutoff line, I've told you that it has to match the line of the shape. So our cutoff line will be a curved line, just like this one is. And then I can erase what I don't need. You could do other shapes. always drawing with my ruler. And from here, I do the same thing that I've done on all the rest. I go from my corners to the vanishing point. It's just that on this example, I happen to have more corners. So I can't go from here, or else I would draw across my shape. You may have placed yours to where you can see those corners. If you can, that's fine. The cutoff lines match the shape above it, so I've got a vertical, horizontal, and vertical line. So my cutoff lines are going to be vertical, horizontal, and vertical. You can put shapes behind other shapes. Let's see. So this is farther away from the vanishing point, but I'm going to draw my receding lines from the corners, just like in all the others. But this time, when I get to another shape that I have drawn, I'm going to stop. I don't need to start again over here. I just stop. That one goes all the way down just because I can see it. And I don't draw from over here because I would draw through something I've already drawn. To do cutoff lines, in the exact same way, you can make them short and you can cut your object off up here. Or you can make them long and it looks like it's sitting very close to the one in front of it. So I'm going to make it so long that I'm not going to be able to see this cutoff line, but I will be able to see this one. So something you need to remember is that there is only one vanishing point, and every single object on this page points to that vanishing point. You need to draw lightly so that you can erase the lines you don't need. You need to use your ruler to draw all of your lines. And that's the basics of bird's eye view, 1-point perspective.